Welcome back to the Frequency Show. Today, we're diving into something that could change how you see your life forever. Dr. David R. Hawkins' Map of Consciousness. Maverick, this chart isn't just a theory, it's a practical tool for understanding why your life feels the way it does.
Absolutely, Cole. If you've ever wondered why you keep attracting the same kinds of people, situations, or struggles into your life, the answer is your energy level, or as Dr. Hawkins puts it, your frequency.
And this isn't about good or bad people or even luck. It's about energy alignment, right?
Exactly. Here's the key takeaway. Your external world is a mirror of your internal energy state. If you're living in frequencies like fear, anger, or guilt, guess what? You'll attract people and experiences that match those states. But if you start vibrating at higher frequencies like love, peace, and joy, your life starts to shift dramatically.
For those who aren't familiar with Dr. Hawkins' Map of Consciousness, let's give a quick overview. It's essentially a chart that ranks human emotions and states of being on a frequency scale, from the very lowest energies like shame and guilt, all the way up to love, joy, and enlightenment.
Right. And here's what's fascinating. This isn't just philosophical, it's measurable. Dr. Hawkins used applied kinesiology and years of research to create this chart. Lower frequencies like shame and guilt are literally weaker energies. They drain you, they collapse your aura, and they keep you stuck.
And then there are the higher frequencies, love, peace, and ultimately enlightenment. These are expansive, light energies. They don't contract you, they expand you.
Exactly, Cole. But here's the thing. Most people live their entire lives in the lower half of this chart without even knowing it. They react, they survive, they hustle, but they rarely pause to ask, where am I on this chart right now?
So, Maverick, let's get practical. Let's break this chart down into key energy levels and what they mean for someone's life.
All right, let's simplify it. Think of the chart as split into two main sections. Force energies. These are the lower frequencies. Shame, guilt, apathy, fear, desire, anger, and pride. Power energies. These are the higher frequencies. Courage, acceptance, love, joy, peace, and at the top, enlightenment.
So, Maverick, let's focus on the force energies first. What happens when someone is operating in those lower states?
When you're in shame, you feel worthless. When you're in guilt, you feel stuck in regret. Fear keeps you paralyzed, and anger keeps you reactive. These states create a reality where everything feels heavy, hard, and resistant. And here's the kicker. You'll attract people and situations that reinforce those feelings.
It's almost like you're tuned into a specific radio station and all you hear are songs that match that frequency.
Exactly. And here's a harsh truth, Cole. You can't change your life by rearranging the furniture on the outside. You have to change your inner energy state.
And that brings us to the power energies. What happens when someone shifts into those frequencies?
That's where life starts to feel different. When you're in courage, you start taking risks. In acceptance, you stop fighting reality and start flowing with it. When you reach love, your actions are no longer driven by fear. They're driven by compassion, connection, and abundance. And when you get to joy and peace, life feels effortless.
So, Maverick, if someone is listening and thinking, okay, this makes sense, but how do I actually shift my frequency? What would you say?
Great question, Cole. First, awareness. You can't change what you don't see. Ask yourself, where am I on this chart right now? What emotions am I living in most of the time? Second, honesty. Be brutally honest with yourself about how you feel, not how you pretend to feel on social media, but how you actually feel.
And then what?
Then you start taking small steps to shift. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to elevate your frequency. Even in the middle of chaos, if you can find one thing to be grateful for, you've already started shifting.
And what about surrender?
Surrender is the bridge, Cole. Surrender means letting go of resistance. Instead of fighting your emotions or trying to force yourself to feel better, you simply allow yourself to feel without judgment. Paradoxically, the act of surrender itself raises your frequency.
It's such a simple but powerful truth. Your external world doesn't change first, your energy does.
Exactly. And let me say this. If you want to change your life, stop chasing external fixes and start working on your inner energy. Your energy is your magnet. It's what shapes your reality.
And it's not about perfection, right? It's about awareness and consistency.
Absolutely. You don't need to be in joy or peace all the time, but the more often you can shift into those states, even briefly, the more your life will start to reflect them back to you.
Maverick, this feels like such a transformative conversation. If someone takes away just one thing from today's episode, what should it be?
Remember this: you are your energy frequency. Your relationships, your health, your finances, your opportunities, they're all mirrors of your inner state. If you don't like what you see in the mirror, don't try to change the reflection, change the source.
And the source is always within.
Exactly. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening through you.
To everyone listening, take some time today to reflect on where you are on Dr. Hawkins's map of consciousness. Are you living in fear and anger, or are you moving toward love and peace?
And if you want to continue this conversation with like-minded people, join our Serendipity Lifestyle community. The link is below or in the channel description.
Stay tuned to the frequency of FLM, fun, love, and money. Live a lucky life.